Hey guys, it's Movies with Bruce again. We just got off the air with Scotty Campbell on 92.9 Super Talk WFHG, where we're at every Thursday. Say, hey, Keziah. Hey, girl, you should be asleep. Where we're at every Thursday, once a week, 7:50 a.m. And we went over a couple of different things this morning. Some of the things going on at the local theater. Two movies that we talked about last week, Wonder Park and 5 Feet Apart, are out this weekend at multiple theaters. But there was two movies that caught my eye, and I wanted to talk to you real quick. NCG has a movie called Captive State. I thought this was very interesting when I saw the previews and read the description of what the movie was. I haven't seen it yet, but Captive State is a Chicago neighborhood 10 years after an alien occupation. So who's on whose side? What's going on? How do they write that? How do they play that out? So Captive State's playing at NCG Kingsport this weekend. Look for local listings in your area. Tinseltown, one of my favorite guys, they've got Patterns of Evidence. Now, I watched the previews on this one as well. It looks very interesting. They are going to take as much evidence as they can. It's called Patterns of Evidence, the Moses Controversy. So what it is, did or did not Moses write the first couple of books of the Bible? And they're going to tell you why they think that he did, and maybe they'll probably show some things why they think he didn't. But this is a limited engagement in my area, 314, 316, and 319 only. So again, look at these websites, see what's going on. As a matter of fact, the Abingdon Cinema has a free movie every Saturday at 11 o'clock. This Saturday, the movie is listed on their website. So guys, definitely check out your local theater's website. If you're not in my area, I appreciate you listening to Movies with Bruce. We're also on YouTube as well. I'll put a link up to some of these movies that we talked about. But today's movie is a comedy, which I like to review comedies, but they're a little hard sometimes because there's not a whole lot in them. But this one is a great comedy. It's not for the kids, okay? Parents that are listening to this is not a kid's movie. This is Central Intelligence with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and I think he's about to drop the whole Rock monitor and moniker and start going just for Dwayne Johnson because he's been in so many different movies. This is called Central Intelligence. And it starts out with Kevin Hart's character. He is Mr. Popular in high school. Everybody loves him. The staff loves him. The students love him. They just adore this guy. They think he's going to go on to do some great things. And in his speech, he makes this speech, his microphone speech at mid-court, and it's perfect. I mean, he says all the right things. He's got all the right attitude. Well, the speech is interrupted by a moment of bullying, really, and shaming, where Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is thrown out in the middle of the court. Parental discretion here on this movie. So he's thrown out in the middle of the court, and instead of jumping in, Kevin Hart actually consoles the character that The Rock is playing and gives him his jacket and everything and helps him up and kind of doesn't jump in on the whole shaming and bullying train, which gives us some insight to Kevin Hart's character for the rest of the movie. So, as the movie picks up, a couple years later, Mr. Excitement is leading a lot less than exciting life. He's an accountant. He's pounding in a 9-to-5 job. Nothing great going on. He did marry his high school sweetheart. So that's a pretty cool thing for any of us. But that is probably the highest point of what's happened to him after high school is that he married his high school sweetheart. That is until Dwayne Johnson's character pops in on the scene and confuses Hart's character even more because he's got a CIA undercover named Bob Stone. Well, who's Bob Stone? Kevin Hart doesn't remember any Bob Stone from high school. So not only that, but he's transformed his body amazingly. He's now this like super athlete, and he's got these ninja-like skills. So Kevin Hart's character is completely confused with who The Rock is, what's going on, so on and so forth. It starts to take shape when we find out that, yes, he is an actual undercover CIA agent. And number two, he's embroiled in a plot, not embroidered. Did I say embroidered? Wow, it's early in the morning, isn't it? Anyway, he is embroiled in a plot to sell satellite codes for millions. So when you watch Central Intelligence or rewatch Central Intelligence, a great movie, I want you to try to figure out who is the Golden Jet, who is the Black Badger, and whose side is who on. There's a lot of twists and turns in this movie. It's a great movie. A lot of comedy moments. Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart have a great chemistry as well. And there's a lot of laugh out loud moments in it. Guys, remember, follow me here on Facebook. Subscribe up so you don't miss an update. And also check out over on YouTube for your friends that don't have Facebook. I will put links to these movies down here. There is Big Maddie. Maddie wants in on the show. Hey, Maddie, baby. I love you. Because I is still rolling around. We're in the ferret room in here this morning, getting these guys off to sleep before I have to go to work. Say bye, babe. It's a big yawn for a little girl. Give me 5 minutes, and I'll give you a great movie. See you guys.